I don't know if that either restarted the stream or oh, it just restarted the whole stream. Oh well, same difference. Yeah, I gotta get this new GPU. Hold up. I guess I'm gonna try to reset everything. Get back in the call with him. Thank you, computer. You're the best. Really appreciate you. I don't understand why it keeps doing that. It was really was only doing that when I was playing Deep Rock. And even then, I was thinking it was because, well, not Deep Rock. I forgot what else it was. But yeah, like I was thinking it was because of VTube Studios, but like I wasn't running VTube Studios when we was playing Deep Rock, so I know it's not that. Give me a second. Give me a second. There she goes. There she goes. Okay. Put back up Discord. Guess we'll fucking leave off Minecraft for now, because I think Minecraft is gonna kill it.
You hear me?
Yeah.
That's all good. It's all good. Technical difficulties, I'd say.
Yeah, my whole PC keeps shutting down. I don't know what.
I was like, damn.
I don't know what it is. I gotta figure that out.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean,
where's my Fugi? There it is.
What's going on, Squishy? I see you.
Do you have a representation of you that I could put up on screen?
Why don't you just pull up a picture of Patrick Star with the, you know, the meme where he has the wooden plank
in his head, yeah.
nail? You can just do that.
I think I should leave Twitch.
Hold on, let me find it if I have it.
Close out Twitch. Here, I got it. But yeah, what was I saying?
That'll be good.
I
can't wait to look at this. What you were saying was how disrespectful it was.
Oh
to
yeah.
speak on Drake's parenting or lack thereof, or whether, because we don't know for a fact verbatim. At least we the audience don't know why or how much they know.
Right. You know,
I
you get shot for that.
well, yeah. And so when we look at rap beef, look, one of the most infamous lines that I remember off the top of my head, Tupac, "Fuck the bitch and the click you claim."
Right.
I don't know if it's reversed. Fuck the click and the bitch you claim. I think that's. Oh, I forget if that was the way that the bar was wrapped around, but
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like,
then I think at the end of the song he said something about fucking his wife and all that. He went down a very long rant. He was.
Yeah, you went off for sure. I mean, what I can say is, like,
actually
battling somebody, whether it be rap or if you want to take it street, there are consequences to what you say, regardless of how much freedom of speech we got in this country or what have you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, people will act a fool if they need to. People will crash out. That as they say nowadays, for shit that's said on the track. You know what I mean?
100%.
Look at King Von. King Von lost his life, but he was known to talk that greasy. You know what I mean? So, and so like we have examples. You know what I mean, of stuff like that. Now, this ain't that. I don't think this ain't that because of the fact that these two are not street. These are not street dudes we're talking about. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can't really even say that because Drake has goons.
Only because of the money.
Yeah, I mean, these are people that are willing to go to jail for him. We've already seen this on a number of times. What's your boy?
Okay. Payroll aside, I guess what I'm saying is that when it comes to like, because you can say the same thing about Kendrick. Kendrick comes from Compton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
His family's affiliated. You know, I know what you mean. But in terms of the people themselves, you know what I mean?
Oh well,
like,
yeah. I mean, yes. There's that.
This isn't Tupac and Biggie. Like, they're both were about their shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so and most people don't know this, but Tupac was born in New York. We technically adopted Tupac in the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he the only reason why that there was a West Coast and East Coast beef is because he got shot up in New York. And he thought, you know, he couldn't trust anybody on that side. That's why he. That's why he. Snoop was the one who told Suge. At least that's what the story is. That he told Suge we should sign him because he was in jail at the time.
Mm-hmm. Like you hear about the news about the P Diddy being the one that got him. Yeah. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, like the thing is that that's a whole different topic. Like that story has so many different layers to it. It's crazy.
Right.
And so like it's the fact that it's being kind of solved. It's not even being solved now. It's being kind of solved because a lot of the people that were there, that were in that car that shot up Pac's car, are no longer here.
Right.
Like Keefy D is the only one who was in that car. Supposedly, because I don't know.
Right.
Supposedly he was in that car, and he knew people who did it. You know what I mean? Or maybe he did it himself. We don't know. But according to sources from the street, according to police records, you know, like he has ties to it. That's not besides the point. In terms of this beef here, like. When Drake was going at it with Pusha T is cut from that song.
Yeah.
So I can see how he would take it that far. You know what I mean? To be that disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Kendrick might have mentioned his parenting, but he didn't go as far as what Pusha did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Pusha T and Kendrick, even though Pusha T got bars, they're not the same. They're not the same type of rapper.
Yeah, they're not cut from the same cloth. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think that's why, because I don't know if you know this, but do you know about Rap A Lot Records and the owner Prince? Hold on. He is he's the owner of Rap A Lot Records. It's pretty well known as far as, you know, rap history goes. Hold on. But he, the story goes is that Birdman, Wayne are linked up with him, and that he basically Drake gets signed under them. Mm-hmm. And so Prince, hold on, Prince of Rap A Lot Records. Let me look up his whole name.
I'm gonna take her off just in case.
Rap A Lot. J. Prince. James Prince.
Okay, yeah.
Prince. Jay Prince is the owner of, is the owner of Rap A Lot Records. And pretty much he consulted Drake into after Pusha T put that track out. He told Drake not to take any further, not to respond. And I think that's why. I think that's why. I don't know why, but I think that's why. And so that's why we technically never did get a response from Drake to Pusha T, because Pusha T actually, like when you look at the shots that he took, it wasn't even just lyrical. The cover to that track was him wearing blackface, and that's the reason why there's that picture is because I guess he was doing it as a school project or whatever. And so that and it wasn't even just like him painting his face black. He put red paint to make like big lips around his face. Like if you look it up, it's kind of crazy looking. And, in terms of the fact that he did that, I don't see why he would do that. Seeing that he's half black himself, I don't think that was necessarily
the best
for him to do.
Yeah, it's
not really a good look.
Not really the best look. And
so like that was just a blow altogether. Like, and when you look at the entirety of it, like it's people that I've seen online today talk about the Kendrick song that he dissed Drake on.
Yeah,
they were saying that why isn't it getting? It's not real. It was kind of light. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was kind of It wasn't hitting as hard, and I think it was because there wasn't that level of disrespect.
Right, and that's usually the.
And to me, I see their point, whether I agree with it or not. I see their point. I see where they're getting at. At the same time, there's more than one way to get at somebody in terms of rapping on a track. You know what I mean? Like even me, who's an MC, who writes, who writes his own bars and all that. There's levels to bar writing. You know what I mean? There's levels to this. Kendrick is on a whole different stratosphere when it comes to how he writes, because even most of his bars have more than multiple meanings. Yeah. And I have to add me having to really read his lyrics, really listen to the bars. I'm a hip hop fan. I don't mind that at all. Some people that can't do that. That don't want to sit there and really listen to it over and over again. They want to be able to digest the lyrics and bars like that. You know, and that's the day and age we live in. And I'm not gonna lie. Kendrick said this on Euphoria. He's like, I'm what the culture feeling. The culture being the hip hop culture, and that's what Drake wants the most. He wants to be accepted by the hip hop culture, and I think that's and that goes to the heart of my point entirely of why I don't consider Drake a rapper. That's my whole point. It's not even trying to discredit the fact that he's a good artist as a whole. You know what I mean? Because Drake is a great artist as a whole. Like no one can deny that. No one can take that from him. But when it comes to in terms of the hip hop culture and what this culture means to a lot of people, it's to me he's not on that list. Like I can name a ton of rappers that are better than him, and that's why I wrote that bar earlier that I said that, you know, my favorite rappers are actually dope. Your best raps and bars you never actually wrote. You know what I mean? Like that to me, I wrote that shit because I was like yeah, like I agree with Kendrick on the culture thing. You know what I mean? Like but that, and that's my main point. Whether when I look, because when Drake released the diss after Like That, I think it was was it
Push-Ups.
Yeah, Push-Ups. That was a dope track. Like even as I'm a fan of Kendrick. Like I think that track is hard. That track is really dope. Like the beat goes hard, you know, the cadence, the flow, all that shit's hard. You know what I mean? I can't take that. You know what I mean? Like, and when that first came out, I was like, yo, that's that. I'm hoping Kendrick comes back outside. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I was like, Kendrick is known for taking shots and just taking his ball and going home. And as a Kendrick fan, that's one thing I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, don't hide. Now that you got what you wanted,
What's up, JP Set?
Oh yeah, what's up, JP Set? I saw that. What was I saying? So like when I heard that track, I was designing with that track on repeat. I was vibing to that track. The only and one thing that I was noticing was how, because he had bars for everyone on that track.
Yeah.
There were more bars for Kendrick though, because I think what Drake was doing was saying to everyone that was dissing him recently is that, look, you guys ain't even worth my time. Because Kendrick is the best out of all of them.
The fact that I'm still like not mad. I'm not upset, but like I feel some type of way. The fact that, like he said, he helped make Future. Him and Lil Wayne made Future who he is today. And the fact that you would get on a song with a person who's just blatantly disrespecting one of your closest friends. Mind you, they've made music together this year. And let him just...
You're right.
Blatantly disrespect him like that. He deserved what he got. That I see, and that's why he didn't come back and make no diss track. I can see why Future wouldn't make no diss track. And Metro's not a rapper, so Metro really couldn't come back. When he said, Metro, shut up and make some beats, make some drums,
that was funny. That was funny. Did you see the meme? Sorry to go off that. Did you see the meme of the video of Drake paid for a band, a Latin band? It's not a mariachi band. It's like it's cumbia. Spanish. It's a type of Latin music. But pretty much he basically took that one line from his diss to everyone, and Drake paid this Latin group to basically turn it into a Spanish themed track. It's hilarious. I'll send it to you later, but to me, Drake saying that is hilarious. Like, I can't. And I think there's a clip out that happened this week that someone took at one of Metro's shows. That someone yelled that line out, and Metro on the mic was like, "I heard that." it was kind of funny. Like for me, because I produce music too, I'm not even gonna hold Drake to that, because Drake throw that shot. You know what I mean? Like I like that. You know, I think it's funny.
Right.
Like, Metro, in order for him to even begin to even come back from that, he would have to maybe you can't even sample anything from Drake, because you have to get permission from Drake, and I don't think he would let that slide. You know, he ain't coming back to get a Drake on the beat. Unless he starts picking up the pen, starts writing, and gets in the booth. Good luck with that, Metro. Metro's a dope producer. Metro's a dope producer.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold him. I'm just like, you got your problems, I get you. But the fact that Drake, with one line, that one line was like, you know what? You just sit your ass down, Metro.
Shut up and make some beats. Metro is crazy.
Yeah. That. I think, what's funny is that we're talking about this. That is the one line that everyone remembers.
Yeah.
But there's another line in there, because like Drake, the bars he had for Kendrick, I had to really look at it and I had to scale it as far as how hard do those lines hit, how hard do those bars hit. Because don't get me wrong, he had bars for Kendrick. He talked about how you a big stepper when you were a size 7 in men, and that to me was like, okay, I see you, I see what you're trying to do. some short jokes. I got you. Kind of like little man.
Yeah, once again, like, what really can he say? He's trying to keep it in a friendly type situation, because, like, once again, that's one of your friends, that's one of your peers, it's someone you frequently interact with. You're not gonna go out of your way to, like, just blatantly disrespect them when
I don't
you
think
have to.
You know that for a fact, though. I don't think they've interacted with each other since the track with A$AP Rocky. What's that one track he debuted with? Fucking Problem.
Yeah. I mean, but like,
That was
like,
at least like 7 years ago. That has to be at least 7 or 10 years ago.
Let me see if I can.
They actually made a song?
I mean, they don't rap together, but I mean, like, that's still one of his rap peers. Is it Control?
Rap peer, but you can't say that was his friend.
Well, yeah.
Like,
how the hell did they say do this?
Like, you could say that Pip was your peer, but you're not close to Pitbull like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Let me see.
You know what I mean? And that's my point. Like, in this rap game, like, battling is part of that culture. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta step into that ring and you gotta, you know, throw them bars around and see what's good.
Let me. Have you seen this?
Hold on.
Small feet. You know.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at stream. Should I be looking at Discord for that?
It's on stream. It's on stream.
Okay, hold on. I'm not a VTuber. That's hilarious. I find it funny that I'm literally Patrick on your stream. I don't see it because I'm on call. I see the stream on my phone.
I was gonna make some beats regardless. I love these. I don't know who be making these arts. they be killing me with these Drake arts.
Yeah. Like, there are artists out there that be making some of the wildest shit from the beefs that they have in hip-hop. It's actually hilarious. But basically what I back to your point,
this is a real beef or something that's on my record. Hold up. Yeah, I said that earlier. Anybody who beef with someone from Young Money is doing it for record sales. Like, it's kind of what Syzmec just said. Yeah, like Syzmec just said, it's more about the promotion, but like, what is Kendrick really getting out of starting beef with anybody else? Kendrick already is widely known as one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Well, I'll say this much. When I look at Kendrick's, like, the last time Kendrick dropped was what, 2-3 years ago? Maybe 4, I think. I forgot when.
Yeah, roughly around there.
So like, from the person looking on the outside looking in, I'm an artist. I care more about the details. I care about more of my craft than I do about how much money I'm getting spent on. I'm getting paid for. You know what I mean?
Is this was that a whole album? He dropped one 2 years ago, but I don't know if that was a whole album. I think there was like 4 or 5 songs on that one. Oh, that is a whole album.
Yeah. Album is more than 5 tracks.
Yeah, Mr. Morals and the Big Steppers. Yeah.
Mr. Morale,
yeah.
I mean, I think that with Kendrick's case, I don't think he cares too much about the money he's making, because he has accolades. You know what I mean? When I think he's just trying to get this debate out the way of like who's the better rapper. That's really what this is about for Kendrick.
But yes, we know that he's a better rapper than Drake.
Drake has more to lose because he cares more about what people think.
Right.
Kendrick is not about the sales. He doesn't care. He's really for the culture.
Yeah.
And I think and that's why it really comes down to, does Kendrick care to lose everything? Because he's gonna have to get disrespectful. He's gonna have to think that low, and he has too many people in terms of people. He sponsorships, what have you, deals, whatever he has in line, he has to lose. Kendrick is just really out here just for the culture. He's like, look, I'm gonna do this regardless. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
And so like, with Kendrick, it's just gonna, like, because we, like you said, we expect Kendrick to come out with bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a better rapper than Drake.
For Drake to win this, if anything, it's gonna take him to really go there. And whether he's because he has Jay Prince probably gonna tell him not to do it. He has had people telling him not to do this. It's really his pride that's pushing him to do this. It's his pride.
Yeah, 100%.
He can let go. Drake doesn't have to respond. But to be honest, if he by him responding, he's telling everyone in the rap game, if I can take this guy out, you guys can fuck with me. That's why he's focusing on Kendrick rather than all the other guys that are trying to go after him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like all Future's beef, Beto's beef, whatever Rick Ross is on, all that stuff, that's kind of whack to me. The only real person in that group that has some validation to be like, to try to get out Drake is it's not the Dream, it's is it the Dream?
21 Savage?
No, the singer?
Yeah, Dream, yeah. Yeah, the Dream, yeah.
The reason why the Dream there's beef with that is because when the Dream was coming up, Drake wanted to sign the Dream to OVO.
Yeah.
But he ended up making the label with XL.
Mm-hmm.
And Drake has had a problem with that ever since. Now, that's why when you look at I forgot what song it was on Metro's album, but it was featuring the Dream, and he was saying that I'm glad I never sold my life for him.
Ego is real move. Moment. What does that mean? What do you mean by that, Tommy? Oh yeah. Drake and his ego. Yeah. Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it just comes down to his ego.
It goes to his ego. Like, Drake has a lot of insecurities.
The way I see it is like you said, this has been going on for years. It's nothing new. It's nothing that's recent. But I think like the fact that Metro and Future got on this song, like it's never been something that he's had a problem with for the years that him and Kendrick have been throwing shots at each other. Neither one of them has really came out and just made a diss track towards the other. But the fact that you got on a song with people he are like closely knitted with and they allow you to do that, now I would have a problem with that. Personally, I would take that personally for those people to let you do that on their song.
Oh yeah. Now, when I look back on the push-ups track that Drake released as a response, he kind of killed Future with that line, like, I gave you your number one. Like, I look at it like, dude, how you can't say shit.
You literally can't say shit. You just gotta shut the fuck up and sit in the corner after that one. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Sit your ass down. Get to the back of the line. Like that's it. Take a number and take a fucking seat. That's pretty much what that was. And so, I agree. Like, and take this in mind. They asked Kendrick to hop on the feature. Like we know that Kendrick has been calling out Drake for years. Yeah. Even with the control bursts, he called out everyone. Like, not only does it take balls, it takes bars to do to deliver how he delivered those bars.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just Kendrick saying, "Fuck this guy, that guy." He didn't pull the Pac. Pac was the first one to do that. But he took what Pac did by calling out everyone, but actually made it more artistically deliverable. Like the way I have to dissect those bars again and really read them, but it was delivered so well that's why it was the talk of like the whole community for like a good minute.
Right.
And so, it wasn't just like he didn't just say like, you know, you guys ain't on my level. He could have said that, but he didn't. He said it in a more artistic way, and something that is not easily done. You know, you have not, because if you're able to come up with those bars, you have to have the balls to even record those bars on someone else's song. Like you said, it was ballsy to even just shoot a shot at fucking
Big Sean.
Yeah, Big Sean. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rapper's names. Like, and Big Sean's dope. Like, he didn't need to get fucking taking a shot at. Like, he's dope.
Right. He literally sits in his own corner. He don't mess with nobody.
And to me, it's like, damn, like, I don't even know, man. Like you have to be some other. You have to be on some other level of greatness in terms of this rap stream. Because rap is one of the only genres that has this. You know what I mean? Battling. You don't see country artists doing that. You don't see you don't see rock artists doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's because it's part of the culture. Battling, like when it comes to where it started, when you talk about New York rap and how it all started, it started by people battling on the block. You know, battling to see who's the best rapper on the block.
Right.
You know, there's stories of Biggie, there's stories of Busta Rhymes, there's story after stories of people battling on the streets of New York.
DMX.
You know, like you look at Eminem, his whole life started with battling. You know what I mean? In terms of rap shit, like 8 Mile.
You
know, like if you're gonna be in this hip hop game, it's bound. Someone's gonna bound to try to pull your car. You know what I mean? Like, someone's gonna check you, see if you're about it, see if you're, whether it be about the streets that you talk about, or in this case, about how skillful you are.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is real. That's what Kendrick's really about. It's about the skill.
I mean,
how good are we?
Even then, like, Drake doesn't go out of his way to make that his thing, though. He's never has. Even on top of that, he doesn't talk about being hardcore, being a street person. He don't talk about going out shooting people up. He says he has people for that. But he's not saying he's doing it himself. The man literally came out and said, I've never stolen in my life, but I got people who will. So, like, to look at him as being the hardcore rapper, that's not who he is. It's not really who he's ever claimed to be. He'll let you know he has people for that, but that's not what he goes out of his way to claim to be. Whereas, like, Pusha T, like you said, Pusha T is an actual about that rapper. He's about that lifestyle and will go out of his way to do stuff of that sort. So going after Drake doesn't make sense when at the end of the day you know that Drake isn't about that lifestyle. At the end of the day, you know that Drake has ghostwriters. So why is one of the best lyricists in the game going after somebody who isn't really about that lifestyle? Who also isn't really the best writer in the world. He's known as one of the biggest artists because of his artistry, his discography. He's not known for being the best rapper. He's big three because he's worldwide. Whereas J. Cole and Kendrick are big three because of their rapping abilities. Drake, no one's ever said Drake is big three because of his rapping abilities. He's big three because he sells out arenas. Because once again, like I said earlier, Wale is one of the best bar for bar rappers, period. But he doesn't put out, he doesn't put out enough music to be classified as Big Three. They don't even put Wale in the conversation because he just doesn't put out enough music. Whereas Drake every year is putting out 2 to 3 albums a year.
Yeah, he's consistent. He's consistent as well.
Always be real.
For sure. That's something that we. Oh,
yeah. The ego push will always be real. Yeah, go.
The ego is a big factor with Drake, but that's besides the point. What I want to get to what you were saying about when they say Big Three, they're really like, because if you want to talk about top selling artists worldwide, then because First Person Shooter was the song that really brought back that conversation, and it wasn't for the worldwide selling artists. It was for hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, by then he was acknowledging what everybody was already saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not saying like, yeah, I'm one of the best rappers in the world. He didn't say that. He said we are Big Three. Like, yeah, like, look at who they are. They're the Big Three artists of the world. Well, the Big Three rappers of the world. Not in, but in like different categories. Yeah, they're just in different categories.
I'll say this much. I think the reason why it's so prominent right now is because of the conversations they were having when Big and Pac passed away. Maybe even before that, because the conversation was who was the best in rap.
Yeah.
Was it Big? Was it Pac? You know what I mean? Like, and even after that, we had the battle between Nas and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. When you really look at the totality of it, I don't think they were talking about worldwide artists. I think legitimately they were talking about hip hop, and I don't get me wrong, I agree with what you're saying in terms of he is the most popular artist right now of our generation. Like, he has been consistent. He has reinvented himself. He has adapted to the game to where, he has put other new up-and-coming artists on. I'm talking about Drake. From people from the UK to people in drill to even rappers like Sexy Red, who I arguably don't like her music.
Right. Understandable. Very understandable.
You know what I mean? Like, and so, hold on. The household names. Yes, the household names. And so, when I really look at the totality of it, you know what I mean? Drake, in order for him to really say that, because it's always about who's on top. It's always about, in terms of rap. You can say that for every genre in terms of the charts, in terms of Billboard, but in terms of rap, because where Drake came from initially in this game, he wants to be considered the best rapper.
Yeah, but like excluding older rappers like Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Jay-Z, people who are like kind of occasionally still putting out music, excluding the past generation, who would you classify as better than Drake to say is Big Three? Who is as consistent as him? Who?
I mean, I guess consistency would be a factor.
Who like?
You have.
Yeah, makes the numbers he makes money he makes. No one's really doing what Drake does to say they put them.
Again, I feel like when you talk about numbers, you would have to then talk about who's the guy who
you stupid Tommy.
Who's that guy who did the fucking Astro World?
Travis Scott.
You have to put Travis Scott in that conversation. If you talk about numbers, you have to talk about other artists outside of lyricists, people who are about that rap shit.
I mean, but they are included too. But like, No one stands on that same pedestal. Like lyrically, yes, there are plenty of other rappers who are better lyricists as them. But then if you talk about lyrical, you would have to put them up against the other two who are in that category, who are the best two lyricists of this era.
Yeah, like first of all, this battle is gonna be really interesting to see who ends with the last diss track.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, you know Kendrick win this. We've been saying that from jump. Kendrick just wins. Once J. Cole backed out, it was obvious Kendrick won, because like this isn't really a thing Drake does. He's known for being in rap beefs, yes, but at the end of the day, everybody always,
Do you think that's why he's had J. Cole in his corner for all this time?
Yeah.
Because like to me, it always occurred to me, maybe, I always proposed the idea that maybe it had a lot to do with the control verse. Maybe it had something to do before, because control verse wasn't the first time Kendrick went at rappers in the industry for that top spot.
Right.
Before he blew up, I think there's a track in the underground scene where he was getting at rappers from the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But besides the point, it's interesting to see that equation taken out, because Cole got bars, and I don't know what made him back out, because he could have and we take in mind, they're just keeping it rap. They're not. It's not like we said earlier. This isn't going to bleed out into the streets like other beats that we've seen.
I'm trying to think of what song it is. It's from the Forest Brook Drive album. It's a song in there. He's like, I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm gonna pull it up. He's like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to start beef with anybody over clout, because why should I have to? I'm one of the biggest artists. There's no reason to beef with anybody when there's nothing to gain out of it. If I'm gonna beef with somebody, I'm gonna beef with somebody. I'm looking for blood. That's pretty much what he said. And he made that diss track and came back and was like, yo, this is kind of out of pocket. Why am I even doing this? I understood why he said that. Yeah, J. Cole, when he made the apology, he was like, yeah, there's literally no reason for me to do this. Cause the whole Forest Brook Drive album, he's like, I'm gonna take the crown, I'm gonna smash the crown. There is no king in the rap game. We're all on equal footing. And I feel like that is also a reason why Kendrick came out and was like, yeah, this is kind of whack. Let's start a beef. Fuck. Let me pull up YouTube music.
It's all good. I'm gonna sit there. Let me look at chat real quick.
I'm trying to figure out what song it was.
You're right. I mean, it's it all comes down to ego. It really comes down to ego and how they feel about themselves and where they stand in the hierarchy of hip hop. I mean, the only people it matters to is the hip hop community. It shouldn't matter to anyone else. It really shouldn't matter to those getting money. Because if you're about your money, you're about your money. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There are rappers all they talk about is money.
Right.
And, you know, like, and now unless you're in the street like that, unless you about that life, there's no reason why that it should matter to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, see, to me, I like the conversation because I am a hip hop head. Seeing what people have to say on the matter, people dissecting the bars and people ranking the bars in terms of who had better hits, who had better blows or punches, paws.
Yeah.
But like, you know, at the end of the day, unless Drake says something so out of pocket that he loses his the people that back them, and I mean, ad revenue or whatever it is that he has that that pretty much gives him money outside of rap or music.
Right.
That then it shouldn't matter, because he's gonna still continue making money. He's still gonna sell out shows. His fan base is still gonna be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are things that are questionable. Like there are allegations of Drake, doing what grooming underage girls. There are those allegations which haven't hurt him yet. If they are proven, I don't know how that's gonna affect his career.
Mm-hmm.
There are the whole blackface that Pusha T brought to light. That didn't do much. People forget. People have forgotten. It's not like that. No one has brought that up in all this beef, real. When you think about it, not one bar about that. I haven't heard. At least I haven't heard a bar about that yet. And unless that stuff, all the negative stuff like that comes to light, it's just gonna still be rap. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be rap. They're still gonna get money. Kendrick might take another month or two to release his awaited album that people have been waiting for, that he announced a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he might go back to his family life, which is respectable.
Yeah, like I said, once again, back to what I was saying earlier. So you start beef with Young Money members, drop an album. Now people are looking for you.
Well, I mean, it's not like people weren't looking for Kendrick. Kendrick fans, including myself, have been waiting for another project.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing about him, and actually I bring this back up because I brought this up earlier, he's an artist first. He's about the content of his work. He doesn't care so much about. I don't think he cares so much about how much he sells. If he did care about how much he sells, I think he would release more.
Yeah.
Because he has the skill to do it. Because he doesn't water down his art. I mean, as an artist, you have to respect that.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. He really doesn't have to. When you make music that's memorable over years, people still talking about your diss track from almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You never have to. Whereas, look at Pusha T. Half the time, people don't even remember this dude's name.
I don't think I didn't. I think it is. I don't know if you know this group that he was from, the Clips.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know him I didn't know of him or his music till he got with Kanye, because before he was in the group called the Clips, and it was with another rapper. It was a group. His partner went to jail for drug charges. And has been in jail ever since. So that's how I know of. That's what I know of Pusha T. As far as his history in the rap game. You know what I mean? I think honestly, even though Pusha T did win the rap battle, he's only. I think that's his biggest relevance.
Yeah.
Is the beef with him and Kendrick. Because unless you're talking about the features he's on, because he has memorable features. I can't think of a song off the top of my head besides the beef and the features he was on before the beef.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about all that most people remember.
Which is, to me, is sad because he does have art.
Yeah.
And so, but I don't think that's the same thing with Kendrick. Kendrick has classic albums. He has classic tracks. On top of the beat. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same mindset. He has his own fan base. He's not a literal nobody. Pusha T, he knows. He's a known person, but your fan base is who's looking for you. But at the end of the day, there's new eyes looking at you now when you are in this type of rap beef. When you're beefing with somebody on the level of Drake, on the level of Nicki Minaj, on the level of Lil Wayne, those other people who are not usually familiar with your body of work are now looking into you, giving you more fans than what you were regularly known for. Because like even then, like the kids nowadays aren't even listening for lyrics. They don't care about the lyrics. They just want to hear a good beat. Half the time you can't even hear what they're saying because the fucking beat is too loud. But like they look at it like, oh well, this rapper's beefing with this rapper. I'm interested in that. I can get behind that. Actually listening to what this person's saying. Then they'd be like, okay, now I'm gonna look at this person's other body of work. That's how I see it.
What you're talking about in terms of people just listening for the beat, you're right. For the longest time, it's been the commercialization of rap. That's what that was.
Yeah,
you know about, like just
Lil Pump,
and to be,
Triple X, fucking what's his face? The other guy, can't even remember his name. Always forget his fucking name.
But you can attribute that same mindset to any field, including YouTubing. Like now that VTubing has hit a more of a, I think, I don't know this for a fact, but I think that VTubing has reached a point where it's now a global thing.
Yes, 100%.
It's no longer just in Japan or where, I think that's where it started. I don't know too much about the history, but I think that's where it started.
More or less, yeah.
And so the fact that when you look at it that way, yeah, it's no longer like for example, I'll give you my point of view. When I first see a clip of a VTuber, obviously the first thing I'm gonna see is their mom, because that's what's put in front of you.
Yes.
Then after that it's the personality. I follow. I don't. The model itself is cool, but if you're not that interesting or you're not that chill, or like in terms of what I look for a chill streamer who's funny, who has jokes.
Yeah, don't spend $5,000 on the model if you don't know if that's what you're even looking to do. If you're able to even do that, right?
Yeah, I tend to consume all types of media in that way in terms of what is the substance. But then again, not everyone thinks that way. You know what I mean? That's why you have people who just like the beat, or just they don't listen to the lyrics, and that's why you have artists who have dumbed down lyrics. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick music isn't for everyone. I'll admit that. Kendrick music is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna enjoy it. Not everyone's gonna want to bump it in the car. Not everyone's gonna put it on repeat. You know, it's for a certain audience, which it derives to the core of where I believe is the reason why Kendrick has been going after Drake. Drake, on the other hand, has gone beyond the scope of just rap and hip hop.
Yeah, 100%.
He does music for everyone. That's what he wants. And I think he said in an interview that he said he could have stayed in that lane, but he chose to go global with it, which I respect. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? It comes with still being in the rap game, that sort of part of the culture, which is battle. Now, does it amount to shit? Not really. You know, if he, for the longest time, Drake hasn't responded. You know, it's only now. But I think it's only now that he's responding in songs because to show everyone else that's going after him, like, look, if I can take on him and I can come out on top, you guys ain't worth my time for shit.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, he's looking at the big fish in the pond.
I mean, even the fact that he is responding gives him the respect that he would be looking for from that. Just responding to Kendrick, whereas all the people who was mentioned on Control, nobody responded. Hell, Eminem responded, and he was like, I wasn't even talking about you, Eminem, but nobody else responded. So the fact that Drake is coming out and openly responding to not only him, but everybody else on his label, you have to give him his props for that. Whether he lose or not.
The fact that he came outside to say what's up, yeah, you gotta respect it. You definitely gotta respect that. And I do. And I look at that like, okay, I see. Like you're willing to put the gloves on or I don't know if he's gonna take them off now, or if he can take them off. I honestly don't like know what he will respond with. I know that in terms of his hip hop scene and what Drake's angles, what he's known for at least. Drake angles for the women and the money and the chart numbers. That's usually what he always goes after. You know what I mean? He's known for sleeping around with other people's girls. He's known for, having the most money in terms of his rap skit right now. He's a cash cow. Like whatever you want to call it. And rightfully so. He doesn't make shit music. He makes dope music. Like I said, I have his music in my playlist. Like I was listening when Push Up first came out, and I still go back to this week. I still went back to this week because it's pretty hard. Like his responses to everyone. You know what I mean? Like it. Even though he had talked to everyone, his main focus was Kendrick, even with Push Up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard Taylor Made. Taylor Made was a freestyle that he put out with an AI voice of Snoop Dogg and Tupac on it. I don't know if you saw that.
What's up, Cypher? Aren't you streaming? Oh, you just ended. Oh yeah.
Oh my bad. What's up, Cypher?
Go ahead.
What were they saying?
The AI song.
Oh yeah. So, Drake after Push Ups came out with an AI track called Taylor Made Freestyle, which he used an AI voice of Tupac and Snoop. Even though Snoop is still alive, which the only reason why I think he used Snoop's AI voice to rap on that track was because I don't think he was clear. I don't think Snoop was clear like this. I don't know, but that's my. Now, he did, at the end of that track, he did rap as himself. When I listened to it, the first half was Tupac and Snoop, or him as Tupac and Snoop, and but he was rapping in their voice, and he was basically talking to Kendrick as them, saying, "Why don't you respond? Why don't you come back outside?" Basically egging him on. Up until this week, we didn't hear nothing, right? We haven't heard nothing. Kendrick basically took his shot on the.
You talking about the AI the AI J Cole song?
No.
Oh.
No, the track I'm talking about, he had to take down because the Tupac estate, the estate that has the rights to Tupac's likeness.
Yeah.
Sent him a cease and desist. They sent him a cease and desist to take down the track where they were going to pursue legal action. And I have no problem with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their call. But when you look at what he did there, whether you respect it or not, it was a good chess move. It was a dope ass chess move because he was talking to Kendrick as them, like people who he idolized, people who when Kendrick first came out, I don't know if you remember that photo of it was a cartoon photo of Kendrick as a little kid talking to Tupac. It's dope.
I ain't see that one.
You can look it up. I don't know if it's still up or whatever, but there was that cartoon photo going around when he first popped out of the scene, and then Snoop Dogg co-signed him. You know what I mean? So like when you have Drake using them his idols as as means to get to talk to him like, yo, what are you doing? You're not gonna come out and respond. All this and whatnot. Like that anyone, if I would feel some type of way. Like you're gonna like oh shit, like if you were to hear that basically, you're playing with his mental, like taking someone who you idolize, talking down to you like that.
Right.
Yeah, J. Cole Middle Child. I remember that. I know that track. When that first song came out, boy, that was so like just point. I'm gonna have that.
Yeah, he said, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. By him doing that, that was a major test move by Drake. Like, at that point, he was just egging Kendrick to come out. He didn't. I think he expected him not to sing. And I think that was the consensus in the hip hop community. Because when I look at streamers who speak on hip hop news or like academics and all them.
Yeah.
When I was looking at what people were saying, everyone's saying like, dude, he better not just go back into hiding. He better come out and actually take this on now, because he got what he was asking for 10 years.
Right.
For 10 years he's been asking for this. So like, as a Kendrick fan, I'm listening to people saying exactly what I kind of agree with. Like, look, you don't go back inside, come back out and stand on business.
Yeah.
Stand on business.
Actually, stand on business.
Yeah, stand on business. Come on, man. Like, don't go back into hiding. We all know you got this. It's not like we doubt your skill.
Right.
But if you're not gonna stand on business, why are you even gonna say anything?
Why'd you even start to begin with? Right. That's why it was you took a month, and like I said, in that month, other people had came out and started up their beef with Drake because he mentioned their name on that song. So now Drake has to not only go back and write a response to those other people, he has to write a response to Kendrick now, because he's just now dropping his diss track. They said Rick Ross dropped his diss track 2 hours after Drake dropped Push-Ups. I was like, I don't know how did that, but he had that one in the pocket.
No, I'll say this. Let me respond to that. Just that one point that you mentioned. Because I agree. Like for the weeks that we were waiting for Kendrick, I was sitting here like, dude, you better respond. I woke up every morning and look it up like, did he respond to this?
Where's it at?
I was sweating. I was like, yo, you making us look bad, yo. He's making us look bad, yo. I was tripping. I'll admit, I was tripping for a minute. And I was like, man, I don't think we're gonna see a response. When Monday morning hit, and I saw that track, boy, did I run to listen to that shit and see what he had to say. No. Now I say that to say this. After that track was released, it's a 6-minute track. That diss track that Kendrick wrote towards Drake. It was a 6-minute track, a little bit over.
Mm-hmm.
But rumors are going around that he actually had a track written that was 12 minutes or over that. My guess is that the reason why it took so long, and this is just a guess, based on that information, that he was trying to figure out how to shorten it and what to take out and keep in. Because if you have that, because coming from the music standpoint of a producer, you have to sit there and really, like, if there's, for example, there are raps that I didn't use because either it didn't fit the whole track, it made the song too long, whatever the reason may be, you might have to take out some shit to make it work. So like, maybe there was that consensus of, okay, this is too long, what do I want to keep and what do I want to use on the next diss track? You know what I mean? What do I want to reword? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other half of that is that Drake did allude to that, because Drake is signed on the same label as Taylor Swift. Now, Taylor Swift is dropped. I don't know if you already dropped or not, but she's been planning to release her highly anticipated album this year. I don't know if it's this month, next month. I don't know if it already dropped or what. But Drake was saying that you're not. I know you're not dropping because they're holding you back from dropping. Like they're on. Because think about it. In terms of selling albums, if the biggest artist on your label is gonna drop, you want all that focus to be on that album.
Yeah.
You want all the attention, all the marketing on that. You don't want someone else taking away part of the limelight, or you know what I mean?
Right.
So not only was that a good jab from Drake, but I understood it from a business standpoint. I saw that. I saw all those points, and I was like, okay, I see. Like that, it makes a lot of sense. I hope that he would at least respond in not even because he said that he was gonna before Drake even said that on push-ups or whatnot. There Kendrick did mention that he was gonna be releasing an album this year, and that his response is gonna be on there. And that's what people were like, no, dude, you just drop right now. Like, just release. You don't have to release the whole project. You can just release a track. You can release it on SoundCloud for all we care.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you can release a fucking mixtape track. You can take someone else's beat, like fucking Push the T just took Jay-Z's song and just use that as a diss track. You know what I mean? He didn't have to have an original beat. He could have taken that route, but he dropped, so we're kind of happy with that. Now, and I'll say this much: in today's day and age, yeah, we're so used to having things done instantaneously, like instant ramen noodles. We want shit right now. So like, I get it. People are impatient. People want to see what he has to say, what have you. But when you look at past beat, like the beat between Nas and Jay-Z, Nas came out on top, but the track Ether that people declared that he won that battle with didn't come out for 5 months, for maybe even 8 months. I have to look back on that, but it took months for him to bring back that business.
Right.
People weren't talking about, and I think the only reason why timing is a factor here is because we live in a day and age where people expect things right now.
They're not going. It has to be right now. Yeah. I mean, even then, Ether's literally known as the best diss track ever put to paper. So yeah. But
I mean, it's on top 3 at least of disses of all time.
I think you have to
right next to Hit 'Em Up. Right next to Hit 'Em Up, because regardless, Tupac wasn't as lyrical as Ether was, that Nas track, but Tupac was so disrespectful that you cannot ignore that shit.
Right.
Like, rumor has it that Biggie's song, "Who Shot You," which was that wasn't technically a response. They said that he wrote that before there was that beat. He just so happened to have it in the tuck to drop it as a response. And because Tupac got shot up in New York at that right next to the elevator in their studio, that's why it hit so hard. You know what I mean? Like when you break that down, it's kind of interesting how that all played out. But yeah, like the fact that we at least didn't have to wait for months. At least that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't personally take points off the waiting. I would rather wait, because when you think about it, Drake didn't respond to Push the T, regardless of whether it was a good idea or not. He just didn't do it.
I was about to say, I think you really gotta blame Drake for that whole beef needs to drop. I mean, diss tracks need to drop now, because look at when he dropped back to back, and what's his face still hadn't released anything. Meat Mill still hadn't released anything. I mean, it looked really bad, and I think by then, it was.
No, let me ask you this: I don't really care for me. I don't know if you care for me.
Oh God, no.
His last really good album was was it Congratulations? Not Congratulations. The one where he's champion. That one. That one was a good album. But yeah, you're right. Like he lost the judgment. Like he didn't say shit.
Yeah. Then bro just came and dropped the whole actual song, people. The Push T was before the Push T.
Then what I think happened is that Drake took pages out of Push T and book. I think he learned from that. Like, Drake isn't dumb. When you look at, there's a reason why he's still relevant in the game till this day.
Yes.
He knows how, he's a smart individual. You know what I mean? And so him taking pages out of Pusha T's book, even though he lost it, that's the one thing he gained from that battle, was he learned from that mistake. And funny thing is, nothing. Even though Meek Mill has I won't say had, because I don't think he has it anymore, street credibility. I think that takes away from why he should have responded to Pusha T. Because Pusha T is from even though Pusha T and Meek Mill come from street backgrounds, they're both from different states. I think Meek Mill's from Philly, and I don't know where Pusha T is from, but when you take that into consideration, that's why I look at how he didn't respond to Pusha. Like, even if he responded to him after the Meek Mill beef, I would have been like, okay, at least he's double spinning back around and finishing up business.
Right.
You know that I would have been I would have respected that. I don't care how long. I would have respected that. I feel like a response is needed in that sense, regardless if it wins the battle or not.
Yeah, like bro coming out and being like, yeah, you lost. Obviously, you lost. You need to at least come back with something. You can't let him just blatantly tell you, oh, it's over already before you even make a response.
Yeah, I mean, I'll bring up, like, remember the scene in 8 Mile with the last battle with Eminem?
Yeah.
Where his verse that won at the end was him saying, I know we're gonna, like, taking everything that he knows they're gonna say about it.
We went to Cranbrook. That's a private school.
Yeah, that one. I do have a friend named Cheddar Bob who shot himself with a gun. You know, like all that shit right there.
Yeah.
Like,
taking the power away from him. Yeah.
Like, that's what Drake could have done. Yeah, I mean, he could have taken that route. He could have been like, yo, I know that I did this. I know that this happened. I know that you guys think that I'm a nerd, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't do, and I think for me, I think that's why I bring up that battle. Whether it's whatever else's consensus it is, he didn't do it. But that's not this battle.
Right.
Him with Kendrick, is not. He'll still end up showing up shows. He still have his fan base. What's gonna hurt him is if he gets too disrespectful. If they mention the allegations of him grooming younger women, sleeping with younger women or whatever, you know, I mean, because of the age. If they're talking about him being blackface, those are the things that are gonna get him canceled.
Yeah.
That was gonna hurt you.
I mean, but like all that is like common knowledge though. Like, it's not something that people have said in a diss track, but like this is like common knowledge. It's not even proven common knowledge, but like it's stuff people have been talking about. Whereas with the Pusha T beef, him coming out and being like, you got this baby mama, you got son you don't take care of. That wasn't common knowledge. That's why Pusha T is stated to have won that. That's just, it's not only the fact that it was out of pocket, it was knowledge that nobody had.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's what gave him the edge, really, because it brought that loud factor. Like, oh, he says that. And that's what people expect now with this piece. Because unless you really break down Kendrick's bar for bar, like, and I mean dissect it for what he intended it to be, there are hits in there, but at face value, it doesn't bring that wow factor. Like, oh shit, he just bodied him. He just bodied Drake. Like, Drake can't come back from that.
Right.
Like, you have to be a real hip hop head to really want to. And I say hip hop head because only hip hop heads are gonna sit there and listen to that track like that. You know what I mean? No, the regular hip hop or rap consumer is just gonna listen to it like, okay, this is the delivery was eh. It wasn't nothing to tell me who won. Like at face value, it's silent.
Yeah.
When you break down shot for shot, bar for bar, and I only say that because Drake did shoot at everyone else who's been getting at him, but in terms of the shots he shot at towards Kendrick, he got at his height, he got at who he signed to, and how he has to split his
royalties, yeah.
TDE, all that, you know what I mean? And the same thing can be said for Drake, like, you know what I mean? But when Kendrick got at him, he went after his character, his insecurities, how he feels like, you know, how many black features can you feel black enough? Like, cause he's biracial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or you know, talking about how, you know, he's taking these body blows, you know, when to the fake abs or whatever. And like these are not too disrespectful bars. These are not words that are gonna make someone want to come out and fight you. You know, these are not words that are gonna make someone want to spin the block for you. You know what I mean? They're not. It's not like that.
Yeah,
and
the same mindset, like you were saying. That's like Kill Shot and Rap Devil. Like people look at Rap Devil and be like, "Oh, he murdered Eminem. Kill Shot wasn't even that good." And I'm like, well, look at it this way: Eminem wasn't even trying to kill Shot. It's literally in the name. This is a shot. Yeah. I'm not going at you at full power. This is to let you know that I see you and I will come at you with.
I'd rather be 8-year-old me than 20-year-old you.
Right. That was, oh my God, that was crazy.
Sorry, you can tell that I don't even know this, but you can tell that I have recited these bars, and that's about years ago. Like that's the thing. When I think about that, like. And it sucks that because MGK had a good diss record. Regardless of the fact that I'm an Eminem fan.
Oh yeah, Rap Devil was on point. I will give him that. It was like, on point song.
That was a dope round. You know what I mean? For me to hear that, I'm like, okay, I didn't expect him to do that to his idol.
Then the fact that he looked really bad because he dropped rap altogether after that. That made you look really bad. You stopped rapping.
No, he didn't stop rapping. Eminem dissed him so hard he switched genres.
Right.
He came back recently. And the thing is, I don't care if you do multiple genres. You can be a rapper and do rock. You can be a rapper and do EDM or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
To me, that doesn't matter. But the fact that you drop rap altogether because he felt that he couldn't come back to rap after that.
Yeah.
I think that was. I don't think it would have mattered if he still rapped. Because again, it's not like it's creepy. It's not. No one's gonna come out to shoot him for Eminem. It's not like that. That was just rap again. You know what I mean? I think the last beat that was like that for a while was Gucci Man and you know what I'm talking about? What's his name? Fucking
what's his
name?
Was it what is his name? Why is it? Why yeah? What the fuck?
Hold on. He right now he's in a lawsuit. Jeezy.
Jeezy. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. No, I think like the Drake and Triple X beef was like that. Cause to this day they're still blaming Drake for Triple X murder. People are still out here saying, yeah, Drake got Triple X killed.
You know what's crazy about that is that people will only, if it weren't for him saying, or dissecting the bars of him saying that drop a 20, give me 10, split a 10, give me 5, 2 5s. Basically saying, you know, XXX is, because X is Roman numeral for 10, like all that shit, right? You know what I mean? Like, and then followed by the bars of, if you didn't go on that live, you would be alive again. Those bars, yeah, like, he probably didn't need to say that. I don't know. That tells me that he wanted that clout, even if he didn't do it.
Right. Like he was.
And that tells me that you didn't need to do that. That should tell you everything you need to know about Drake. That he, regardless of how much money he has, regardless of how popular he is, he wants to be the rapper's rapper.
Yeah.
And he will never be, because and the thing is, he will never be that because of ghostwriters, stolen lyrics, not from the streets.
He's like, always been known as the singer. He's a singer. That's what he's always been.
Before that, he was Degrassi.
Yeah,
like,
that too.
Like, he was an actor. He
right.
was an actor. Like, and when you think about hip hop, rappers who started off from the bottom, like I remember writing this is how you know. I look at this in a deeper way. Like, remember when he first came out, I was like, dude, you were on the grass. You didn't start from the bottom. You started from the bottom as an actor. As a rapper, when you think about it, you know what I mean? Like most rappers who come from the gutter really come from the gutter.
I mean, okay, so you know, what's your thoughts on Lil Dicky?
It's cool, I guess. Like I think he's a funny rapper in terms of, you know, what his content in terms of rap is concerned. He can write lyrics. I wouldn't consider him top 5 or top 10, you know, but he can write, he can spit. Like, I'm not,
because
I wouldn't say I'm not a fan.
They don't.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't, let me put it to you this way. I wouldn't put him up there with my favorites like Method Man, Eminem. I wouldn't put him up there with Jadakiss. I wouldn't put him up there. I wouldn't put him up there in that way. You see what I'm saying?
He's actually one of my personal favorite rappers. I don't have him in my top 10, but like, he's one of my personal favorite rappers. He has the bars for it, but even then, he doesn't come from the streets, and that's what most people come. They like, oh well, you're a white guy, a Jew who came in, and you're trying to incorporate it to the rap game. And he like, no, I came into the rap game for the comedy, for the bit to begin with, but now I'm in here, I'm looking to be a actual rapper. And I feel like it's I feel like it's the same thing with Drake. You can't look at where they came from and take away from them because they came from a different background that other rappers who actually came from that type of background. Because once again, even then, J. Cole isn't really a hood from the streets. He's from like the projects, but he's not hood from the streets. But
he's from the struggle.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think that's the difference. He's from the struggle.
He knows the struggle.
I don't think Drake. Even I can't say it from the struggle. Like my parents work hard. Like both my dad is a carpenter. My mom's a house cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we struggle, but I can't say that I grew up in the hood like that. You know what I mean? Like, my parents worked hard to keep me where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, when it comes down to it, I know what you mean. Now, I think what hurts Drake more than Lil Dicky is that I can't think of, besides the song I Started From the Bottom, I can't think of another line that states that that's what he wants to be, that's how he wants to be looked at. Because I don't think Lil Dicky does that.
No, that's never been his thing.
And regardless of whether like of race or whatever, if you got bars, you got bars. Like,
true.
Tech Nine does songs with rappers all over the world, and they're all come from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, and they all can spit. Now, my thoughts on rappers who don't come from the struggle, unless you're fronting to people that you do come from it, then I have no problem with it, really. because it goes back to just I don't know what else to call it, but I like to refer to it as stolen valor in the streets in the hip hop streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, claiming to be something that you're not.
Yeah, like Rick Ross. Yeah.
Rick Ross is probably the most relevant example of this, because his literal name, his literal persona, everything he took was from when he was a correctional officer as a jailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, from like, somebody else.
I don't know how I don't know if he was a correctional officer while the real freeway Rick Ross was in jail. I don't know if he just heard stories of him from being a correctional officer. I don't know, but the fact that he started his whole career based off of that man, based on basically just ripping someone else's life and putting it is talent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like, okay, like the only reason why he is so, I want to say accepted. I think that's the only way to say it. The only reason why Rick Ross is so accepted is because of having the affiliation with DJ Khaled, with Drake before the dumbass beef. The only reason why he wants to take off Drake for the spot. I don't think there's nothing else to it.
Right.
I look at Rick Ross and I'm like, what do you have to gain besides up to his position? Because he's a money man. There's one thing that he's real about in terms of Rick Ross, is that he's a hustler. He just wants the money. Doesn't matter how he gets it. Doesn't matter if he has to take someone's name, make it his own. Doesn't matter if he has to take someone's lifestyle and pretend to be that. It doesn't matter. He sold his whole catalog recently, and that's why he has a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
He has deals with Bel Air, of the liquor company, and that's why he's able to keep his status as a relevant hip hop or rapper. I wouldn't say even hip hop, just rapper. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he does write. He has written for other rappers, like
he's ghostwritten for other rappers. Yeah. So
like, if he has skill for it, I just wish that he would have stuck to his own image, and I don't think he was. I don't think he had the.
I mean, but
what's what I'm looking for?
Once again, he's from a different era. Back when you had to be the guy.
That's fine.
Huh? Rick Ross comes from Gucci, Young Jeezy, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z era. He's been out a while. Like him and 50 Cent, right. I think he came out a little bit before 50 Cent.
Port of Miami was his first album, right? Port of Miami?
I think so.
Hold on, I need to look this up. Like, when did that come out? So 50 Cent came out early 2000 after Eminem was put on.
Mm-hmm.
Does Eminem put him on? Eminem put
50 Cent, yeah.
Fucking, yeah. 50 Cent on. That's one thing you have to respect Eminem. He put after Dre put him on, he put hell people on. He put
everybody.
D12 from his own state on. He put fucking 50 Cent and G Unit. Like the line that came after.
What is his dang name? What's dude name? What's the guy that did the talk show with DJ Academics? What's his name?
Are you talking about Joe Budden?
Joe Budden, yeah. Joe Budden, him and his crew.
The crew, Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse, yeah.
Joe Budden's been around before Slaughterhouse, you know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of Def Jam. His first single was Pump It Up, which to me, I look back on like, yo, that shit slaps. That shit still slaps.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe Budden got bars.
Yeah.
That whole clip, fire.
All lyricists, yeah. All lyricists.
Oh, dude. I was savage. Dude, I respect this so hard.
Yeah.
But, like, they... Oh, dude. The Eminem, I salute my man. You put on so many of my fucking favorite artists on, dude.
Same.
Joel Ortiz, fucking Royce, fucking... Um, who's that last person? I'm missing one. He's from Compton too. Fucking Crooked Eye.
Oh
He goes by King Crooked now,
yeah.
but he goes by King Crooked now, but it's Crooked Eye. They all of them were fucking phenomenal. They all had different styles too. The fact that they all had different styles, they all had bars, is just that whole group was a whole dynamic of its own. It was fucking an underground powerhouse. Besides the point, I need to look this up because I'm getting away from topic here. I'm looking at Rick Ross's album. Okay, Rick Ross.
Yeah, that's like Tony Ayo. Every time you see an interview with Tony Ayo, he always talks up Eminem. Anytime anybody says something about Eminem, Tony Ayo comes out and defends that man to the end of his life. Like you're not gonna talk about this man not being welcome into this community when he blatantly is. All the people he's brought into this community with him.
Yeah. So 50 Cent's debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying, came out in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Ross Port of Miami came out 3 years later.
So,
yeah,
okay.
It was pretty close. Yeah. So
yeah.
I can see that. That beef now makes a lot more sense. I don't know why I thought he came out a little bit later, but yeah. I mean, arguably Port of Miami is Rick Ross's classic. I think that was before people knew that he was a correctional officer, and that was before I even knew that he had stolen a real drug dealer's name. You know, he didn't like the fact that he took his legal. He didn't even take his nickname because his nickname was Rick Freeway Ross. To look that up. He took his legal name, and the fact that the real Rick Ross took him to court and lost is baffling to me.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's baffling. Like, think about it. Imagine someone online YouTubing as not as Deadmac or I forgot your sorry.
Star.
Camito.
It's just Star. Yeah, you just say Star.
Yeah. Imagine if someone came out YouTubing as your legal name.
Yeah.
As your legal name. That's crazy. That's fucking insane. Like to me, that's just like, dog. I know you ain't using my legal name.
You literally just trying to be me. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's out of pocket. That's so out of pocket. I wouldn't know what I would do if someone did that to me.
I feel like nowadays, if that was to have taken place current year, he would have won.
No, I think the only reason why he lost was because Universal Music Group, who Rick Ross, I don't know if he's still signed to or not, but when Rick Ross was signed to them, that's who was backing him in that lawsuit.
They probably kept running it out till he ran out of money type thing. Yeah, money. That's the time he just said. Yeah,
it was the money.
That's usually how cases wind up.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the legal system in America, unless you got the money, you're not gonna win because it's about how much money you have and how much time you have.
Right.
If you have enough time and money, you can take this court case for years and battle it out in litigation and all that. You can do that. It's just a matter of do you want to spend the money and time to do it?
Like what Sayu said, she didn't go after Nietzsche. It just wouldn't make any sense. At the end of the day, she don't have the money Nietzsche has to actually battle them in a court case.
Yeah, right or wrong. Or even there are some cases where lawyers will pick up a case regardless of how much money you have.
Yeah.
Because they know they can win. Because the thing is with lawyers and litigators, they also want that credibility on their resume. They want that case on their resume.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They want to be able to say, I won this case, even with all the money they were pouring into their stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they can use that as a means to tell other clients, like, look, I'll pick up your case, and I know I'm gonna win because I did this. I once knew I knew a lawyer that picked up a case for my friend who shot someone with a gun, and basically got him time served and probation in California. And we have strict gun laws here, I believe. So like that's just an example. Besides the point, yeah, the fact that Rick Ross did that is crazy to me, and it's not surprising that the fact that Universal was backing him, that he was able to win that case. Fucking. We went all over the place with this because I think there was no way around it. But with the swinging back around, yeah, this is not the same type of beef.
Yeah.
I think even with Nas and Jay-Z, that beef was pretty even in the streets. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was too. And so I guess we'll see where this is gonna go. I honestly don't think it's gonna go that far.
No.
Especially with the lackluster of disrespect. You know what I mean? There isn't much disrespect that's being thrown out in these disses right now.
Yeah.
Drake saying you're Thor, and you have to split your money. Kendrick saying you're not there for your son, and you know you have ghostwriting.
No, Tommy.
And, you know what did Tommy say? No, what the fuck? Hey, come on. Anyway, yeah, I guess whatever. No, but what I was saying is that whatever happens after this, it really is just gonna hurt Drake if he gets disrespected. I don't think it's gonna hurt Kendrick. I don't think he has many sponsor deals. Like I have to look this up, but I don't think he does.
I mean, neither one of them are losing at the end of the day. The only people that really lost out here is Metro, Future, and Rick Ross.
Okay, I have a question for you. Who lost the worst out of the others?
Future.
Who lost the worst?
Future. Future does most his work with Young Money. His best work comes from Young Money. Like, Metro has plenty of other artists that he deals with. Rick Ross, once again, he's not really about, like, the rap game. He got his money elsewhere. He's not really worried about needing to collab with Drake. But most of Future's even Rick Ross, most of his best work is with Drake. But most of Future's best work is with Drake. So, him losing out on being able to collab with Drake is gonna hurt him the most in the long run.
Oh, I see what you mean. What they had lost in the long term. You're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And Bobby's right. You know, like it's pointless. People are just gonna see that this didn't go anywhere. Now going forward with these artists, who's gonna work with who? Like Drake's gonna work with artists outside of that group, and I think even Drake's gonna have trust issues.
Yeah, Drake always can collab with anybody. That's where he's so popular at. Everybody wants to collab with Drake. He loses nothing here.
But he can, but I don't think he's gonna be willing to because of the trust issues. Well,
yeah, that too, though. I mean, but like, even then, just like
Kendrick even alluded to, and people have been speculating this since the whole Pusha T did, is that there's a mole in his camp. There's someone who's spreading Drake's business out there that shouldn't be spreading business out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? About him having a son. If that was kept under wraps, how did Kanye, out of all people, get a hold of it to tell Pusha T?
Right.
Like, Kanye is a manipulator as fuck. And it's funny that I think it was last week, Kanye came out with a remix of Like That, and it was dumb. It was the dumbest verse.
Yeah, once again, don't know why you even got in this.
He should have just. He wants to be relevant so bad. Like, it sucks. I mean, I'm gonna be a broken record because I know people have said this so many times. I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah,
I miss
100%.
I miss the graduation, you know, badass producer Kanye. That's what I miss. I miss that Kanye. This Kanye sucks. Like,
he sucks balls.
His last verse on the Like That remix. His first line was, "K Dot, I got you." Like you were gonna say something. Like you were actually gonna say something. And for a minute, I'll give him that. For a minute, I sat there like, okay, let's see what he has to say. And it was jack it.
Let him cook, and then he overcooked.
No, he didn't even begin to turn the stove on. He didn't even bother to take out the pots and pans. He didn't take out no fucking seasoning. It was raw, unseasoned chicken. That's what that fucking was.
Yeah, I heard him drop. I heard them say he dropped the track, and I was like, I'm not listening to that shit. I'm not listening to that. Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, like, yeah, we can. Who can trust him now? Really, like, like Kendrick. Yeah, fucking
Drake.
Drake. Yeah, but Drake really has to watch not only who he works with, but who's even in the studio with him.
Right.
Who's out there? Like, it's not even about his music at that point. With that, like, if he can't keep his business to himself, and the thing is, he's such a big artist that he's seen everywhere. It's not like he can just go into hiding. Like, Kendrick is actually good for that. You know, the fact that Drake can only go after his height and his split deals or his split revenue says that he's gonna have to really dig up dirt. Like, I mean, and that's the thing with rap battle. You have to dig up information. You have to hit up the block. You have to hit up the homies that know him. You gotta look up who he's had beefs with to talk to them and see what they know. Like, when it comes to rap battles and rap battle leagues, that's what ends up happening. People do their research. You know, They look up the person, they Google them, all that shit. And the fact that Drake is the one on top, and not just the one on top, but it's so global, almost everything is on him online. From pictures of him in high school to pictures of him in college, which Pusha T used as the blackface, from, you know, him on Degrassi, all that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All that information is out there. And when you look up Kendrick, yeah, you know what city he's from. Yeah, you know who co-signed him. Yeah, you know his discography. But he's gonna have to dig deeper to even compete.
All right, so before we wrap, I gotta get ready to lay down. But before we wrap, I took up all your time. I sent you Fire Squad. Fire Squad. That's the one I was talking about, where he was talking about he took the crown and he smashed it and whatnot. That's J. Cole. He said there are no more kings. There's no point in no one being the head of the table when we're all good at what we do. And I feel like that's what made Kendrick be like, no, I'm at the head of the table. Don't say there is nobody at the head of this table. And then Middle Child, he was like,
Middle Child's so goated. I'm not gonna lie, that track, he's in between two different eras of rap. He's in between the hip-hop heads, and he's in between the new generation of just, you know, creating dope music.
He said, Drizzy, this watch came from Drizzy. He gave me a gift back when Rap Game was playing. They act like two legends can't exist. And then he goes down the whole thing talking about why he wouldn't start a rap beef with anybody. Because for what? What does he need to beef with anybody about? He's not trying to sell no shoes.
Right.
He's not trying to get no clout. So he would literally gain nothing from being in a rap beef, which is the same thing said for Drake. Drake literally gains nothing for being in a rap beef with Kendrick Lamar. Besides saying that I was in a rap beef with Kendrick Lamar. So that's why I say like,
If he somehow beats him, then he can say that he beat him. But if he loses, it doesn't amount to much.
Right. Like
if he even if they tie, it's not gonna amount much.
Right.
I think he just wants to be able to say that he took out one of our best lyricists of all time. I think that's one of the main reasons, if anything. But you're right. There's nothing else to gain. There's no money to be made here. Maybe there's money into streaming because he did release push-ups on streaming platforms. And Kendrick released Euphoria on streaming platforms. So I guess there's that money, but besides that, what then?
Right.
It will go down in the history books. People will talk about it for years to come, maybe. I mean, we haven't even seen the end of it yet. But we're here for the ride.
Right. We're here to enjoy it.
So you're gonna go lay down?
Yeah. Thank you for coming on. I know you aren't. This isn't really your thing. We literally talked about this yesterday. You was like, nah, I can't get into that type of situation. But I really appreciate you for coming on. It was kind of hard talking to you about it through chat.
No, you know what? Thank you for having me. Thank you for chat for listening to us.
Yeah, appreciate the chat.
See you guys in the chats later.
Yeah, I see you around the flavor area. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I should be streaming tomorrow actually. But yeah, anytime if you want to come back on and talk about anything else, you can let me know. I enjoy a good discussion, good debate.
I'm letting you extend the hand next time because I feel like I felt like I was forcing you to have this conversation.
Oh no, I was invested.
I was like, it's something. Well, conversations really just like, I just enjoy having them because I am part of that culture. But besides the point, I'm gonna let you have the last word because it's your channel. I'm gonna see you guys later. Thank you everyone for listening. Peace.
Well, all right, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are always a good time. Yeah, we're about to wrap up, Rez. You a little late there, but Otsu Star. I'll see you guys later.